For today's video, I wanted to find out if I could get a decent iMac that was good enough for everyday tasks for just $100. Did I pull it off? So just what exactly can you get when you spend $100 on an iMac? Well, we're gonna find out by opening up the $100 iMac, which I guess kind of makes sense. Caution, this product must not be used in residential areas. We'll be fine. Well, that's exciting. Okay. I think I'm upside down here. Kind of looks like the aftermath of a foam murdering spree. Hey, you know what? This is pretty well packaged. It's got bubble wrap on the screen. It's got a little piece of cardboard to protect the glass. That's pretty good. All right, so there's the iMac itself, and I think there was a power cord in here. Yep, there was. So let's go over the physical condition. Looks pretty good to me. I mean, I don't really see anything. We'll flip it around here. Yeah, I don't really see any issues with this device. It's a little dusty, but other than that, this thing looks pretty good. Now, granted, it is definitely easier to keep an iMac in good condition because, well, it kind of doesn't move. But anyway, I'm happy. I've seen some iMacs in really bad condition, and you're kind of like, how did they get it to look like that? Let's go ahead and fire it up. I got my retro wired Apple keyboard here. I'm gonna guess that this machine is running El Capitan. Even though it can go to High Sierra, I'm gonna bet that it is running El Cap. A lot of these older, less expensive Macs that I get are running El Cap. It seems to be a common operating system. Oh, I was wrong. Oh man, these old hard drives are slow. I wouldn't be surprised if this hard drive is failing. Wrong again, dingus. This hard drive's in really good condition. Also, fun fact, this is an 8-year-old iMac and it's still shipped originally with a 7200 RPM hard drive. Even the new iMacs don't ship with a 7200 as standard. Oh, we got the bar. Come on, I know you wanna come out and play, Doc. There it is. All right, so we got a mid-2011 21.5-inch iMac with 4 gigabytes of 1333 megahertz DDR3 and an AMD Radeon HD 6750M with a half gig of VRAM. Let's go check out the storage. I think these come with a 250. Oh, this one's got a 500. I can't remember if they originally came with a 250 or a 500. It might have been a 500. That actually sounds right. So this is probably the original disc. So this thing is pretty much the bone stock base model mid-2011 21.5-inch iMac. But that's okay, because for $100, I really wasn't expecting more than a Core 2 Duo. But then I found this machine, which has a Core i5-2400S. That's a quad-core processor, ladies and gentlemen. Not a good one, but it's a quad-core. It's gonna be a lot better than a Core 2 Duo, I can tell you that right off the bat. Alright, so I'm gonna go clean this thing up with a little bit of eucalyptus oil. And get those stickers off, and we'll be on our way. So now we'll do a curtain transition back to the normal video. $100 may not be a lot for an iMac, or really any computer, but if there's one thing that you want any computer to do, it is securely browse the web. And that's why I've been using today's video sponsor, Dashlane, for the past month or so. For just $5 a month, you can gain access to Dashlane Premium, which I've been using and is pretty nuts. You get unlimited password management, autofill for passwords, credit card information, passports, identifications. You also get breach alerts and dark web monitoring when account information is discovered elsewhere on the web. You also get encrypted file storage for passwords and important documents, and it comes with a world-class VPN that allows you to safely browse the web. That's a ton of features for just $5 a month, so make sure you head over to dashlane.com/Miani, which is down in the description below, and use my coupon code to get 10% off. So it's even less than $5 now. Definitely make sure to go check that out. Now let's hop back into the video. Honestly, I'm super impressed by this find. $99. That was the offer that the seller accepted for this fully functional, very good condition, mid-2011 21-inch iMac. When I set out to do this, I was fully expecting a Core 2 Duo machine, maybe even one of the pre-widescreen 20-inch models from 2008 or earlier. I was fully prepared for that. But no, we've ended up with a comparably very modern Core i5 machine. And look, it comes with the stand included for no extra charge. $99. Just think about that. For 99 bucks, you could either get this iMac, or you could get a case for your iPad, or maybe a wireless keyboard. Or how about this nice watch strap? Oh no, wait, you would need an extra 50 bucks for that. So how well does a $99 iMac do in some benchmarks? Well, it's not great. But of course, let's set our expectations for the performance of a machine this cheap. In Cinebench, we score a pretty dismal 741. This thing is just 4 cores and 4 threads, and they aren't particularly powerful cores at that. In the same vein, Geekbench 4 yields a pretty poor 6,991 multi-core and under 3,000 on the single-core test. Geekbench Compute yields a measly 4,794, and if we try hitting up Unigine Heaven, we get, well, it's the lowest score I've ever tested on the Extreme preset, 59 on average. It's not great, but hey, the Apple stand costs 10 times more than this machine, and I guarantee this would beat it in Geekbench 4. Now before I move on, I do want to note that this is a mid-2011, and as such it comes with AMD 6000 series graphics, and as such it is going to fail at some point. Pretty much any Mac with these 6000 series graphics is going to fail. For some reason I have to say this in every single video because people are always like, oh, well the graphics is going to fail. Who cares if the graphics card fails? This thing was $100. The other parts are worth more than $100 if I sell them on their own. I don't care if the graphics fail. Also, there's another reason, and you might want to stick around for this one, why I'm not too worried about it. Now, for $100, you aren't really going to ask more than simple tasks out of a machine. For this little money, I don't really want more than a web browser and a display to view it on, and at that, this Mac does a great job. While the hardware is really nothing special, the design of this computer is ideal for a cheap all-in-one desktop machine. One wire to plug it in, and you've got a very modern-looking aluminum and glass slab with a very solid 1080p panel. These 2011 iMacs always surprise me with their display quality. Very good viewing angles, very good colors, and honestly, 1080p on a 21.5-inch display has pretty decent pixel density. This is an 8-year-old display panel, but it looks better than most 1080p monitors you could get standalone for $100 right now, and it came with an entire computer attached to it. Now normally this is the part of the video where I defend the Mac for having plenty of merits even if its value isn't as good as a comparably spec'd PC that you could get for less money. But that's not happening this time. Nuh-uh, I'm putting my foot down on this one. This ain't just cheap for a Mac. This is cheap for any computer. Keep in mind, we are getting a Core i5, RAM, hard drive, display, enclosure, power supply, absolutely everything for $100. That's a damn good deal, no matter how you slice it and no matter what operating system it runs or who made it. But what's more, this machine is upgradable. Yes, you heard me. This right here is the last modular iMac. Not only can we upgrade the hard drive or add more RAM thanks to the 4 RAM slots, we can even upgrade the CPU. But that's all chump change. What really makes this thing interesting is the graphics. Returning subscribers will probably remember the iMacinstein, where I tried to turn a 27-inch 2011 iMac into a gaming PC, and it didn't end well. After sucking up a lot of time, I definitely overstretched with that project. I tried to put a GTX 980M in that iMac, and it was not having it. But what we have here is a chance at redemption. Another shot at glory. This is the iMacinstein Lite. This project is very simple. I want to turn this iMac into a certified budget screamer, and I'm only allowed to double my investment. $200 all in is all I'm allowing myself to spend on this little fella. Make sure you subscribe to see how this project turns out, if I can even pull it off. These iMacs may be upgradable, but they tend to do it kicking and screaming all along the way. Upgrading the graphics may offer more horsepower, but it's going to come at the cost of increased heat, loss of display brightness controls, and a loss of the boot screen. Unless of course you want to put in some extra work and flash your card to run a Mac EFI, which I'm not going to do because I'm lazy. But if I can pull it off, this iMac may not just be adequate for 2019, but for many years to come. I'm actually really excited about this small little mini project, and I hope you guys are too, so make sure you're subscribed with notifications on so you can catch my upgrade videos once I start to dig into this machine. So that'll do it for today's video. Do you think I got a good deal with this $100 iMac? Would you have pulled the trigger if you saw this iMac and you had the chance to pay $100 for it? Do you think it was worth it? Was it a bad idea? Am I a dumb, stupid idiot and I should have built a PC for 17 cents? Let me know down in the comments below. As usual, make sure to follow me on Twitter at Miani. Don't forget to join my subreddit if you have any questions or comments, specifically as it pertains to this iMac, for example. And as usual, I will see you all in the next video.